We're in now officially chapter 6. So just this is the part where it's a little bit, yeah, I gotta be very careful here, so I'm gonna make extra sure. I remember, I think there was, yeah, there we go. There's like one random ass picture there. Did these not count? I swear the tree count as a picture. I have to get so close. I'm being like so careful. You have no idea. What else is there to take a picture of in this place? Rock. Not really what we need, but make our first safety save here. Actually, I forget. Do I have to take a picture of the front of the train? I think so. I'm gonna be honest. Let me just think about this for a second, because we do have the picture of the train. But I'm being way too careful here. But hold on. I genuinely just don't want to have like a situation play out where it's just insanely rough and then I have to like do something else. But again, this is just being way too cautious, because this next part is, I guess you could say this next part is a little bit tricky with the boss fight. But I mean, okay, never mind. You know what? Just pull the trigger. Wait, I forget, is it this point or is it later? Oh, that's right here. Okay. I think we have all the pictures so far. Sorry if I'm being way too cautious. It's just don't want anything bad to happen. I think we're pretty much good though. At this point, we're pretty much now gonna go fight the boss. I don't really have that much food actually. I don't know if it matters. Safety. I didn't. Alright, there it comes. All I need to do is take out this boss and also take a picture. Okay, I got it. So this is now the boss fight. Oh, I forgot to buy... Oh, I knew I had something that I forgot. I forgot to buy... ammo, repair powder. Does that break through? I'm gonna try making every bullet count. It does hit.
Humans don't truly appreciate the value of existence.
Yeah, I might need to... I don't have... Do I have gun repair powder? Dude, I don't think I have. I don't. I was thinking about it. I'm like, there's something that I'm forgetting. Actually, wait, hold on. Well, I guess we could. I mean, it's pretty pathetic, as you can see. The reason why is that there's no point in using the right pod. I guess we can try the Nova Cannon. It's better to use the gun, but again, I forgot to buy the repair powder. That was my... Yeah, you can see it does 22 damage. Kind of pointless. Yeah. Gotta be enough. Damn it. I forgot about the repair powder. There was something eating me. I knew there was something that was missing. It's fine, I'll just take the pictures. I'm so worried about the whole general picture taking and making absolute sure there's absolutely nothing potentially that could happen. God. Actually, wait. Uh-oh. No, I can't go. Okay. By 10 of those bad boys. Now I can really start shooting. And then just to make extra sure, I'll retake the pictures. I know it's not necessary, but I just want to be absolutely 100% sure. Dude, it's a tree. Please. There we go. All I need is the snapshot of the boss, and I can just start going crazy on him. I technically could have went and bought more food, but I'm gonna be honest, it's a little bit excessive. The buffer input. Alright, we should be fine. But yeah, it's kind of weird that this boss, you can't really use the right paw that much, but I mean, that's fine. It pretty much just goes to show you that you can't solve all this. Well, you almost can. Yeah, I'm just gonna be blasting. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Humans don't truly appreciate.
This boss fight is pretty easy if you have this gun, but if you don't have the gun, a little bit rough. And the reason why this gun's so good is because I don't know if it's because of the lightning, but it is pretty generous when it comes to the damage. But I think it's the element that's doing most of the work, since the other weapon, the ones from the Ripod, those have way more attack, but it's the elemental attack, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's the laser's properties that have the ability to bypass defense? I'm not sure. Okay, this boss is pretty easy. If anything, this boss is a little bit slow compared to, well, the other fights that we've done, but a little snapshot before you get the last shot in. Okay.
Quite impressive. I am finished.
Okay, so this part is very important. I know this is going to be kind of weird, but we need to make sure we take the pictures of this thing. If not, very bad things. This is, again, like one of those situations where if you just go through this and you don't think about it, you might just end up missing it.
What happened? Something terrible has happened.
I can't believe this!
I don't know if they have been, but I know it's the guy that did the voice acting for Robin from Teen Titans.
Now you can jump to any place you like, in this time or the future.
Alright, so this part is very important. This is the only time you'll be here. Gotta take a picture of... I'll make a save here. You have to take a picture of all these altars. You don't? I think it was like the last time you get them, but I could be wrong. However, dude, can we please get the pictures? Okay, so we got the fire, the water, and that. Being way too cautious, but... We have everything, I think. Well, we can come back here later, actually, so... This is the point where the game pretty much tells us that we have to go back and redo all the dungeons to some degree. So... Go visit Donnie real quick so we can get the scoops. Then we'll start retracing our steps. Alright. So first place is the good old Rainbow Butterfly Forest. And to do that, we have to go all the way back so we can do this little path here. Like I said, it's not that bad redoing these. It's very quick, actually, now that we have our nice strong ride pod. I just gotta make sure I go through the moon path. So the gun that we have right now, I think I can one-shot most of all the enemies in this dungeon. This is the start path. Okay. Alright, let's find out. Can it one-shot? No. Almost, but it doesn't. Okay, we got the saw. Sick. Very nice. Get out of here. Let me clean up my inventory really quick. And we're off. So again, pretty much same logic applies. I think there's no geostones here actually. Oh, there is. Oh, whatever. So same as usual, we get on the ride pod, just drive around, take care of anything, move on. Ow. We need that, however. Don't really have to kill everything, but... That's stick. I'm gonna check where the thing is, just in case. Right here. Could have known. And the one thing is, so you can see how much damage we do with just this weapon. Ow. It's not that terrible, but you know. Wait a minute. I didn't get the saw, did I? No. Alright, let's see. Where is the enemy? Down to my left. I actually got stuck on a rock. Nice. Again, I do need to be careful because when we do end up fighting the mini boss for this dungeon, I do have to take a picture if I do remember correctly. This one doesn't have a geostone. We just need to find our target. Of course, it eats the one slot. Wait, where'd it go now? Me. Look at my inventory real quick here, because apparently I can go fix up my ride just in case. Oh wait. Oh, that's right. Now if I want to fix up my thing, I have to go all the way over to this dude's place. So a fun little fact, once you actually get the area done for 100%, it doesn't really matter anymore. So you can return people to the train thing. Just an FYI. It really doesn't matter anymore because the only thing that you get for doing 100% is the item that you get, and that's it. And then the upgrade also, since it does do things. But yeah, once it's done for 100%, you can just take them back and not worry. I mean, what's the second half considered? Past chapter 4? See, where's the old man? I think the old man's at the back, but I could be wrong. Chapter 5 is the one where you're in the volcano. Chapter 4 is the one when you're in the ocean. This one has a geostone. It's literally right there. Nice. Or we can leave. Got the geostone and we got the thing, so. I'm gonna make a safety save.
Wow.
Alright, that's it. Next dungeon. I guess now that I'm here, I can also what you call it? Pull I don't need to pull her, but I'll keep her there. The only one that actually does kind of matter is Cedric, since he is the one that can fix up my mech. I'd much rather have him on the train than go all the way every time. Alright, next place is Balance Valley. Where is... Did I get the item? Oh. Wait, is this the star? Okay, so I gotta go over here. Where is this dude? Okay, this one doesn't have a geostone. Perfect. I can just straight beeline through it. Nice. Get out of here. Oh my god, this corner. Evil spirit with a geostone. See if we can get lucky and get another crystal right off the bat. Or it's just spawned right in front of me. Sick. Not bad. Oh, it spawned actually in front of me. Huh. Wow. Okay, that's pretty lucky. Been a minute since the game has been this nice to me. that I couldn't stand. Not that I can name at the top of my head, but I know there's been some soundtracks that I've heard before that have a really off-putting what do you call it? It's like, you know how some songs in the background they have like little sound effects? It's like the best way I can describe it. I remember there was one game that had a soundtrack that the sound effect that they used was something sounding like a short circuit. I can't remember what game it is, but I just remember that while listening to that soundtrack, I would get so much anxiety since I always thought there was like going to be a power outage. I don't know, man. They just wanted to throw in that weird ass sound effect into it just to mix it up or something, but it just sounded so off. To double check.
Wow!
The sound of this game? This soundtrack right now that you're listening to, this is what you're gonna hear when I'm fishing constantly. And I will say, if you do not like the soundtrack, it's going to bother the hell out of you because we're gonna be fishing for a lot. But I mean, it's not that bad. It's pretty calming. So hold on, the old man is on the second? On this door on the front? For the egg thing? I mean, I think that soundtrack is only specifically for that area. So he's on the second door, got it. we need to find the star path, so let's see if it's this one over here or not. The normal one. Yeah, this one doesn't have a geostone. And the guy's right there. The one thing that I will say about this game when it comes down to its gameplay, or its progression, whatever you want to call it, you really almost don't have to do much to be busted in this game compared to like Dark Cloud 1. This one doesn't have a geostone either. Because in Dark Cloud 1, you could use a lot of the items to do damage, which are really good, don't get me wrong, but you do need to do some sort of like, you know, you gotta actually make money. Not like this game where you can just like make a bunch of money, but then again, the funny thing is you don't really need that much money regardless. You're pretty busted in this game. However, I don't remember, does the first game have medals? Or was that not a thing? I think it wasn't, right? The first game was just going through and getting all the geo parts or whatever. However, you did have to max out your weapons, which was kind of insanely excessive. That was the one thing that I kind of didn't like about the finale of that game. The game was fun, and a lot of the stuff when it came down to building up your weapons and stuff was really helpful, but it genuinely kind of dragged on for the finale. This game doesn't have that problem, but this game is very long in its own right. I would say the biggest thing about this game that's bad for completion is the 100% missable stuff. I don't think the first game had anything missable. Did it? I feel like I would remember something slightly on it, but no. I do remember the first game that you did have to fish a bit just so you can get like your ultimate weapons easier or whatever. Something like that. Oh, Death Ocean. I think I actually might go and get myself a seal for that. I don't want to do that with the other character. But the majority that I remember from the first game is using bombs just generally for good damage early game. And then once you get projectiles were pretty strong in general just to do damage. Play safe anyways. And the final character, it was like a competition between the final character and the genie character on who was better. Because the final character had the ability to just rapid fire shoot, and the genie basically had the ability to charge their attack to do more damage, which, I mean, it's still pretty good. This one doesn't have a geostone, right? Okay. I mean, I feel like that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind. Like, a lot of people would do it. It's just, you know, they don't do it because they will get more money if they separated it.
Wow!
Alright, we need one more. I mean, I don't know, man. People will do anything. don't have enough. Let's see how fast we can find this. We can move on. Nice. I can barely see where it's. Oh, it's right next to me. Nice damage. I think I picked it up, didn't I? Pick it up. Although, I'm gonna be honest, I am now, like, thinking about potentially the circumstances of staying up all night and then going to get the checkup. Jesus Christ, alright. I just put me right there in the back of my head. Alright. You not. Rude. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's not that it's... I mean, I know it's likely best to try the rest, but genuinely, it also might be a good idea to also stay up because, I mean, this is normally how I live my life, so... But I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing to try and take some... We'll see. Once I get to chapter 7, and, like, I have everything, like, done to some degree, I'll see how I feel about it. Because once we hit chapter 7, there's really nothing left to do in the game but redo all the floors that I've done and go for the medals. Like, go for golf, fishing, and all that. That's definitely going to be a very interesting moment for the game. We'll see. And like I said, I also am not eating, or I can't eat. So, it would be nice to not think about being hungry while being awake. Although, like I said, not usually. Don't usually eat whenever I'm doing this kind of stuff. Since I'm so focused. We'll see. Besides, chapter 5 and chapter 6, they're very straightforward, like I said before. It's just the concept of not forgetting something is the constant fear. Although, Now that I mentioned about sleep and stuff, I do sometimes wonder. I need to find a chest. Okay, that makes it easy. Not in that room. There we go. I do sometimes wonder though, like, man, how different my life could be if I actually slept normally. Like, how awesome would it be that if I don't want to do anything or I have nothing to do, I can just straight up go to my bed and just fast forward time. I feel like that's such a nice thing to do. Especially whenever I do end up getting sleep, I feel like amazing. If I could genuinely sleep every single night, I'll be too powerful. I mean, I mean, I don't know if it's considered a handicap, a nerf, or a whatever, but I mean, there's a lot of well, there's positives, I guess you can really think about it, but like, I don't drink coffee. I hear people always going around needing coffee whenever they need to do anything, since they can't really do anything at all, since everything is pain. Although, to be fair, wait, where is it? There it is. I don't drink coffee to wake up so I can do things, but I definitely do have moments where I just get super numb after staying awake for a certain amount of time. Which I don't know if I can really say it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I mean, it definitely does. It definitely helps, since I don't get moody, I guess, or I just don't care. All right. So this should be the somewhat finale for chapter 6, and then once we go to chapter 7, that's like the big chapter where I have to make sure I get everything. We don't miss anything. I'm not saying that I'm like... I forgot the word. Oh no. I actually forgot the word. Oh, that's gonna bother the hell out of me now. I have emotions, don't get me wrong. Just because I'm constantly tired doesn't mean that I can't show emotions. It's just that I'm not the kind of person that I've seen like other people where if like they don't have their coffee or some other thing, like they just get really moody. But I'll tell you what though, whenever I do get like a legitimate good night's sleep, that's like, I feel like $1,000,000. Yeah, I have. At a very young age, I have. Since my parents were very worried when I was very young, especially because of school. I was always constantly tired. And it got to the point where, since I started so young taking pills, my doctor was legally my doctor could not prescribe me a higher dosage, because if he did, I was liable to sue if anything were to happen to me. I still remember the day he told me too. He's like, I could up the dosage, but if I do, you might not wake up. You could sue me. And I just looked at him and I'm like, all right, well, what do I do now, doctor? And he's like, try exercising more. Piece of shit. But yeah, after a while, there was no point in doing sleeping pills. They don't do anything. So. And like, during like the early, like after I graduated, I tried various other things to maybe help me. Like I tried melatonin, since it's supposedly a natural thing that your body produces. Yeah, my body does not produce that. That didn't help. I drink green tea and like other things, since, you know, it helps you calm down or whatever. That also doesn't help me. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, I've learned to live with it. The only time it gets really annoying for me is when I have nothing to do. That is the worst feeling. And the best way I can describe that feeling is, because normally whenever I can't sleep, I always do anything that I can do to keep myself productive, or at least to feel productive. But when I can't sleep and there's nothing else to do, I would say the equivalent of that is, imagine you have free time right now and you have something that you need to do right now, like some sort of like project or something that you need to do, but you're laying it off. That constant stress, or that constant looming idea behind your head, that's how it feels for me when I have nothing to do, because I've done everything and I can't sleep. I need to have something to do. If not, it is the worst feeling. Wait, did I get the picture of the fire one? Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure I did, but why did it delete the fire one? Wait a minute. Fire gem. Why did it delete the fire gem altar when I... Odd. The 2 sleeping military technique? I hate that you said that, but yeah, there is. It's the one where you hold your breath and like you relax your face or all your muscles. Yeah, don't worry, I've also seen that. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure that we have all the stuff really quick, so we can start inventing, since we're moving on to the next chapter. Wait, I think if I remember right, yeah, we still have 1 picture left, but that's fine, which is once we put everything in the altar, but that's fine. Okay, let's start making some of the stuff really quick. I don't know, man. Like I said, it really just depends on what you end up following through with. I know some people that if they're just slightly hungry, they can't do anything. They can't think, they can't do anything. They have to eat. And then there's some people that literally just forget to eat. Although I will say, I think the best thing that I've learned, at least for myself, is that if I can't sleep at all,
Yeah, it works.
I should not force myself to lay in bed. It is the worst feeling. Even if I have nothing to do, I much rather try to keep myself busy doing something. Even if it's like just cleaning the house. Anything whatsoever. Than just lay in bed, just not being able to sleep. It's the worst. Okay, so we got new machine gun arms.
Yeah,
These are
it
pretty good, so
works.
we'll be using these mostly.
Say cheat. Say cheat.
Okay, we're almost done. We've made all the inventions so far. The only thing is, we have one more picture that we have to take. Once we take, once we put in all the altar stones, we need to take one final picture, and we have to make sure we take the picture. Because if we don't take the picture, I think it's gone. So that's kind of, you know, fun. That's okay, because I'm aware. And because I'm aware, I don't have to worry.
Say cheat.
We have one more that we have to make, and then we're pretty much done. Let's see. Present. Alright.
Yeah.
So that's everything. To make double sure. My right is. Yeah. Okay. So let's go and buy some of the ingredients to make the next upgrades for fun. We don't need the machine gun that we're using anymore since we have level 4. Let's go ahead and take that off really quick. So we can sell it. So we need silver ball. Okay. And we have the ruby, so that's cool too. You only need 10. Then we sell this because we don't need that anymore. I technically can sell the other arms that I have that are kind of just sitting there. I will be honest. I can honestly make the silver, or I can make the laser arm just to see what it is. This needs flamestone, which is kind of hard to come by. Everything else is kind of like pointless. I don't really care about that. I can make the laser arm because I do genuinely kind of want to see how well it is. And I can make this too. Although I really care. I'll make the laser arm because it's pretty easy to make. I just need another 5. Let me just go do that real quick. Actually, wait, hold on. No, that's a lie. The one that's really good, actually, is the where is it? Did I not make it? It's the barrel cannon. Barrel cannon's really nice. Oh, but I need a bullseye coin. This is really good. It's consistent damage and it's kind of quick too. But yeah, I need bullseye. Anyways, what was I? Silver ball. Okay. Out of curiosity, yeah, let's check this out really quick. So this one, this has 295 and 80 exorcism. It has multi-hits, so that's why it's like kind of low. This is 295, but you can pretty much see in terms of damage, they're both the same. This one has Flame and Cyclone versus that other one, so. The machine guns are still pretty good, though. Don't get me wrong. They're... Wait. No, I don't have enough capacity. It doesn't have enough capacity because we're using the sun body, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I'm gonna drop down a tier of defense just to see if it does give me any value. I go for how much? 30. That is not the right one. Oh. This one. Gold bars, silver. Okay. You don't really need that much defense. Oh my god. Menuing is at point right now. Let's see, can I wear it with this? Yes, I can. Alright, huge. Yeah, we don't really need that much defense, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Yeah, we don't need that much defense. I'd much rather have offense. But I'll hold on to it for whatever reason. That away. Alright. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting? I don't think so. Got that. Made my laser, made my thing, yeah. Need to get that one picture now, and then we move into chapter 7. That went really smoothly. It was a little bit of a hiccup at the beginning because I was trying to remember that I needed to buy the powder for my weapon because I wasn't gonna be able to kill the boss in one full go, so that's fine though. It wasn't anything super crazy though. Time to put in the gems. Can you take a picture of it while it's in? Now, see. So that's the other thing that's missable. If you don't take a picture of the gems while you're picking them up, you're pretty much screwed. It's like, it is kind of annoying, or can you? I don't think it lets you, but yeah, no, see, it just constantly tells you it's the altar. So that's another thing that is potentially, if you're unaware, it will mess you up. Kind of annoying too, since the thing is right there, but yeah. That's another thing to worry about. There's a lot of cutscenes happening right now.
What's that? They did it!
So many cutscenes. You know, I think if I didn't skip all this, it would be around like 15 minutes of just dialogue. Of plot. Although it is kind of like setting up for the finale, so that makes sense. Alright, so before anything, we need to take a picture Nice. All right. So we are now officially done with chapter 6. For super safety, I'm gonna keep this save file here. I'm gonna make this the new safety save for this. But yeah. I don't know if there's... Well, doesn't really matter.
Everything's ready. Shall we go?
All right, chapter 6 done.
Max, Monica, listen carefully. Griffin's palace is back on the ground.
I'll wait here. Make sure you get him.
Actually, there are a few upgrades that we can get really quick. I forgot that the game does technically give you upgrades for chapter 6, but let me just do a quick little thing. Kinda forgot, but that's fine. I'll go grab them now. Again, I'm not really that pressed for the idea of getting the upgrades, but just because, you know, might as well. I'll do it. I'll add these guys back because I technically do need them to be here in order for all the places to be, you know, back in working conditions. But I will take them back after. So first things first. Again, I guess we're still in chapter 6 technically. We're literally about to go into chapter 7. But first things first, let's go to the mall. Could be a few chests available here, if I'm not mistaken. If you're wondering why these chests spawn in, it's because once you go into the star door, it gives you like a bunch of new stuff since you're technically never going anywhere new. So it just gives you all this stuff back, pretty much. think that's all of it though. Let's go to the next one. Double check to see if there's anything here. I'll go from left, I guess. To double check. Alright, let's check the middle. Kind of surprised. Alright, that's fun. Thought there would be more. This one's gonna suck a little bit. Okay, nothing here. Let's check the other side. Hmm. I think that's everything in here. Trying to find Lab 4, but I'm pretty sure Lab 4 is the blue one. Or the red one? No, the red one. Maybe? Oh my god. One to every single one but the one. It was the green one, of course. Yes. I think that's pretty much it though for this area. All right. Go to the next one. This is gonna be fun because I'm gonna have to literally climb the giant workshop again. Alright. Time to find out where they are. Okay, nice. We have 3 diamonds already, so that's already like amazing news. That's really good. Alright, just double, wait. I just sworn I saw it like right as I turned the camera. Alright, so that's the whole first floor cleared. For the second floor. Could be like 2 more items. Could be, yeah, should be 2 more items. Here's the second one. Maybe 1 more. think that's it. I don't think there's any more. All the upgrades. Well, most of them anyways. Definitely most of them. Where are the fruit? Let's get out of here. Actually, wait. No, there is one more item. Wait, there is one more. Wait, am I going insane? Did I accidentally just pass it and just not? Yeah, there should be one more actually. Uh-oh. I think it's like up against this fence and I'm looking at the wrong way. I think that might be it actually. The first one? Yeah, there's definitely one more that I'm missing. I'm about to go insane. I'm almost positive it's up against this fence. I'm just gonna walk this like this so I can see both at the same time. You think it was over here? There it is. I knew it. There we go. Yeah, because I was looking at my defense and I'm like 68 to 64. That doesn't make sense. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're good. I had a feeling it was going to be up against the fence because I genuinely don't look at that. All right, now we're good. Let's get out of here. And now we are officially done with chapter 6. Get me out of here. Okay, let me get Cedric out of this thing so I can actually get help with Cedric. Might as well just take everyone here. Yeah, we don't really care about this anymore. Right. There we go. Or wait, now that I'm thinking about it, is I think chapter 7 starts when I go in? I'm actually not sure. No, I think I'm fine. Either way, it's not a big deal.